All right, Shalom. This is your brother Kassad. And before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and ruling well. Peace and blessings to the Akiyam, putting on as the elect. All right, I was flipping through the feed on YouTube and everything, and this thing came up with a Chuck Schumer or Chuck Schmuck um, saying things about being feeling like he's alone as being part of the Jewish community and everything, the Ish community. And just wanted to play this clip. This is for educational purposes. You know, I'm not making any money off of this at all, and it's fair use ultimately. So play this clip, go into it, and get some precepts on it.
I've noticed a significant disparity between how Jewish people regard the rise of anti-Semitism and how many of my non-Jewish friends regard it. To us, the Jewish people, the rise of anti-Semitism is a crisis, a five-alarm fire that must be extinguished. For so many other people of goodwill, it is merely a problem, a matter of concern. After October 7th, Jewish Americans are feeling singled out, targeted, and isolated. In many ways, we feel alone.
CNN's Melanie Zanona joins me now.
Right, so he's frightened. He feels alone and everything, man. Right, and you know, dealing with this issue, being that he considers himself to be the people of the scriptures, the children of God, the children of Yahweh, he should look inside the scriptures for answers. Right? He should be applying the scriptures and trying to figure out if he was the people of these scriptures and, you know, what's going on. All right? Because being of the seed line of Israel, man, you're going to be faced with these things. You're put into a low condition here on earth. Okay, you're subject for sins that you committed, for not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments and everything. Man, you're going to be put into a low condition. This is hell, or in the Hebrew word Sheol, which is a place for judgment, which is America or Babylon the Great, or also referred to as Egypt. Okay? But man, oppression, the Israelites, until the Lord comes and redeems them and puts them back into their land, the Lord will do these things and deliver them. They're going to be subject to payment. All right? But the Lord would have certain individuals that he'll breathe his breath into them and quicken them, make them alive, and giving them eyes to see and ears to hear and to know what's going on the earth. And they'll be telling the rest of the house, preaching this gospel, this good news, preaching this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures to the rest of the house of Israel. But man, it's oppression. Okay? And if you of the house of Israel, oppression is nothing new. You've been oppressed since, you know, for all too long now. All right? It's not something new that you worried about to a certain extent. A lot of the people are the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, who are the Negro, Hispanic, Native American Indians, are in a destroyed state. They are loving the oppression. Okay? They love being at the bottom and in low conditions and everything. They've been broken for so damn long, but the curses said they would be so. But let me grab this in the etymology dictionary online. Etymology of oppression. It says cruel or unjust use of power of authority. It says a pressing down, violence. Right? Stem of, press against, press together, press down figuratively, crush, put down, subdue, prosecute relentlessly. So it's not just once in a while you feel like this, feel like somebody's been anti-sim, which is not even the word. All right, it's Shem. Okay, the Israelites come from the seed line of Shem, Noah's son Shem. All right, that's where you get Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob from. All right, so it'll be anti-Shemitic. All right, Sem is just something else that was made up by these people, but they will be persecuting you relentlessly. All right, I'm gonna get some dictionary words and some definitions, so we can get a better understanding. And once again, every time they open up their mouth, all they do is prove that they are not the children of Yahweh, because they're not undergoing this kind of oppression. All right, these individuals are the owners and the rulers of the banks, the media, all right, the medical field, everything that is on top. These people have, okay, and someone had once made a quote about who is in rulership, by who you can criticize. You can't criticize these people about anything without them feeling, depressed or feeling like they've been oppressed or something. But if you are the children of Yahweh, man, you are in a system of oppression, and it's ongoing and it's happening relentlessly. Okay,
relentlessly.
It says in an increasingly intense or harsh way. Okay, we are in a very harsh way of living out here, the majority of the house of Israel. Okay, let's see. It says occurring without interruption, chiefly restricted to what recurs regularly or frequently in a prolonged and closely spaced series. Okay, this is our lifestyle while we're here. Okay, of oppression. This is what we're being fed on a day to day. Okay, we work all day long, and don't bring in shit. And it's always been like this, We're at the bottom, and nobody seems to care about us being at the bottom. They fed us and gave us all these lies, all right, and then they point at us and say, look how sorry these people are. All right, look at how they treat their families. Look at how they treat their women. Look how the women treat their men. Look at these kids, all right, and everything, when they have destroyed this nation of people, because they are the children of Yahweh ultimately. Okay, and the devil is in rulership, the Edomites, who are the self-proclaimed whites. Okay, so there's a system of oppression in which we're living in, all right, and it's to destroy the house of Israel, or keep them, suppressed, all right, and wicked, and different forms of genocide has been happening, all right, all because these people aren't getting bombarded with bomb strikes and everything. Don't mean a genocide is not going on. These people are getting hit with all forms of genocide, man. Okay, on a biological type of weapon warfare, whether it's even a psychological warfare. Okay, sterilization. Okay, all sorts of genocides are taking place. Religion, cutting these people off from their heritage is a form of genocide. It's a lot of genocides that are still happening on to this day, man. Pushing that vibration of death, murder, and robbery in the so-called black community, Hispanic community, Native American, Indian community, right? These are forms of genocide, man. All right, that's oppression, okay? But this is why, man. I'm going to grab this in Baruch 3:8 and get some more precepts, and preferably this to be edifying to the body. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power, man. All right, so we're in this lowest state, being subject to payment for not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Lord has given us, as it talks about in Psalms 147 chapter, 19th, 20th verse. All right, the Lord has only dealt with the house of Israel. He has not dealt with any other nation. All right, he shows his statutes and his laws to Israel, man. All right, the scriptures are referring to the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, these are the people of the scriptures, the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, man, and they fit the curses. All right, you can identify them by their state of living and everything, man. And what these scriptures say, as it talks about it right here. We're gonna get some more. This is Lamentations 5:7. It says, "Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities." It says, "Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doth deliver us out of their hand." Okay, and we are in a fallen state, and there's nothing of in this world that's going to deliver. There's no redeemer. The UN, they've been filing charges against America, against the Negro so-called race. All right, since I believe I want to say the 50s, if not earlier in the 1930s. All right, they've been filing charges, going to the UN, saying that, hey, we need to stop this immediately. This treatment. They had to march for civil rights. All right, march for human rights. Okay, people just to be civil with them and treat them with humanity and everything. The so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American Indians, right? But it says our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. So we are born the iniquities of our father. In actuality, we are our fathers in reincarnation, and we are paying for what we've done, man. But being that this is the last captivity, man, the Lord has poured out his spirit upon his elect, and he's given us eyes to see and ears to hear, man, to understand why we are in this condition in which we're in, man, through the word of the Lord, the word of Yahweh. All right. It's Ecclesiastes 10:7. All right. It says, servants have ruled over us. Let's grab this one more time. Lamentations 5:8. It says, servants have ruled over us. Servants. There is none that doth deliver us out of their hands. And this is why I'm grabbing this in Ecclesiastes, because it goes into how servants are ruling over us, man. All right. These individuals that are a weaker nation. The scriptures talks about two nations being in the belly, and one nation will be stronger than the other. All right. That younger nation is going to be the ruler, the ruling class of the nation, and the other nation, who is Esau's nation, is going to be the servant. Okay, what the scriptures talks about. So this Ecclesiastes 10:7 says, "I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth." Okay, so you've seen servants upon horses, which symbolizes power and places of power and everything, and princes walking as servants upon the earth, man. Okay, servitude. All right, because we did not keep the laws, statutes, and commandments which we were commanded to keep. All right, grab this in Deuteronomy. Let's see. And this is Deuteronomy 28:48. It says, "Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee," man. Okay, so bondage, oppression, okay, chattel slavery. Okay, we went through chattel slavery when they had power over mind, body, and soul. They had complete power over you during slavery, during that transatlantic slave trade. That once again ties us to being the people, because no other nation has went into that type of bondage, that type of slavery. Okay. And so it says, the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. And then so the curses says that we'll be wanting for all things, man. All right, we'll be serving our enemies, and man, we'll want for hunger. We'll be hungry, we'll be thirsty, and we'll be in nakedness. And wanting all things, man. We have to eat the crumbs off of their table, which is that government assistance to this day. All these little things and benefits that they throw you, but it's never to sustain you and get you up out of this broken condition, this lower state, man. It's to keep you right where you're at. All right, so it says, upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So these people are destroyed. It says, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the persons of the old, nor show favor to the young, man. And we see that today, man. All the way today, man. They don't give a damn. This so-called JOO lady just spit on a little Jake baby, 7, 8 year old girl inside the mall, man. All right, they don't give a shit about the elders or the youth when it comes down to it. Of Jake, call them all black people, and black people is a slur word, man. All right, another by name and a proverb. All right, byword and proverb that they've given to the house of Israel. All right, and it says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease. Let's see. And Lord shall scatter, let's see. Back to Deuteronomy 28:64, it says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all the people from one end of the earth, even unto, I feel like I skipped. Nope. I want 64. I did skip a little bit. Deuteronomy 28, jump down to 64, and it says, and the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth, even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone, man. So you see these happening, these people worshiping the cross, Catholicism, and people worshiping Islam. All right, thinking there's Muslims or something. All right, that cobblestone and everything. But it says, among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. So these are the conditions the Israelites are going to be in. All right, they're not going to be in no damn upright position enough to be like, oh, we feel alone. Nah, we're born. This is what we came into. We've been feeling alone. This is nothing new to an Israelite. All right, in this world, the scriptures talks about we'll have a trembling heart. Okay, that's a fearful heart. All right, failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. All right, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. Okay, so this is evidence of who the people are. This is a normality to the Israelites, man. All right, in this state, in this place in which we're in. It's not a normality to an Edomite. Okay, Edomite is a servant that's in rulership right now, according to Job 9:24, how the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, man. And this Edomite is the wicked. He's a liar and deceiver. The scriptures talks about, man. So it says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have non-assurance, okay, non-assurance of thy life. And in the morning thou shalt say, would Yahweh it were even, and even thou shalt say, would Yahweh God it were morning. For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. And the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof. Okay, so back into Egypt again. Okay, with ships. This is transatlantic slave trade. Okay, us being scattered once again back into Egypt, into bondage. Okay, double straits. So it says in Deuteronomy 28:68, it says, and the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondman and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you, man. Meaning no man shall redeem you, all right, out of this low and broken estate. So to this day, we will still be in the land of our captivity. To this day, we'll still be in this broken estate as a majority, We won't be in places of rulership, a majority speaker in a state senate somewhere, of the capital. Nah, man, we'll be in the lowest of the low. And even when they do push a so-called Jake up or something. He's a sellout because there's wicked men amongst the house of Israel as well. They're not for the liberation or the freedom of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians who are the Israelites, man. They're for their own bellies, ultimately, man. All right. So let's grab this. This is Exodus 3 and 6. It says, moreover, he said, I am the power of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. All right. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon Yahweh, man. So once again, all right, this is the bloodline of Shem. All right, the son of Noah that, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob came from. So it would be Shemitic or anti-Shemitic, not anti-Semitic. Just further evidence to show that he is not the people. They are not the people, and they just making up shit. So it says, and the Lord Yahweh said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people who are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. Okay, so this once again is spiritual Sodom and Egypt, as we refer to in Revelations 11 and 8. And as we just read in Deuteronomy, the scripture says he'll bring us again into Egypt on ships. So we are in the land of captivity, the land of Egypt right now, man. All right. Let's see. So let's see. Because we pulled that already in the book of Baruch. It says, Baruch 3 and 8, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord Yahweh. All right. So, like I said, just walking it down with these verses, because, man, through these precepts, man, we get understanding. And we prove all things through these scriptures, man. The Bible says, if a man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Lord, man. Right? And this is how you know he's a man of the Lord, because he's speaking by these scriptures. Right? You had Benjamin Netanyahu try to refer to the Palestinians as Amalek, right? And so even when they try to use the scriptures, they mouth the sword, which is the scriptures, falls upon their own selves. Their own words fall upon themselves, man, because he is Amalek, according to these scriptures, man. All right? Of the house of Edom. But the Israelites in these days which we're living in, Isaiah 42 and 22, says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivered, for a spoil, and none saith restore. So they are in a destroyed state right now, man, of living. Okay? They are impoverished. They are in prison cells. They are railroaded on a day-to-day. It's a system of oppression, man. Our children are railroaded right into the penitentiary, man. And, this is where they're headed. And they're pushing this music, talking about drill this and drill that, violence, and then hypersexuality with the girls, And so it's nothing but folly and bullshit and wickedness, all right? These people let's go ahead and grab this in the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, because, man, this is genocide that is going on, man. That's happening, and it's been planned, and the Lord has put it in the scriptures, and just for them to see it, for the Israelites to see it. This is Psalms 83 and 1. It says, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head, man. So tumult, they wrapped around us, man. All right, gathered up around us. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones, who are the Israelites. Okay? It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, man. That's genocide. Okay? That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So their plans are to make Israel in no remembrance. Okay? It says, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. And it starts off with saying who? It says the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, all right, who are, the so-called Arabians, or, you got Moab, so-called Chinese, and the Hagarenes. All right, but you got these nations, goes down to some more different nations and everything. But man, goes to show that, man, this whole world has been in confederate with keeping the Israelites being no more into remembrance, man. So it's a whole system of oppression that you will be feeling, man. Okay? So it's a system that's so complex that you won't even know that you're inside of this system. You think that you're just supposed to be at the bottom if the Lord has not breathed his breath of life inside of you and quickened you, made you alive, giving you eyes to see and ears to hear. All right? Yeah, listen, Ecclesiastes 4:1, it says, so I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold, the tears of those who were oppressed, and they had no comforter, okay? No wisdom, no knowledge, okay? Nobody to save them. So it says, and on the side of their oppressors, there were power. So the oppressors they got the power to, to restore us back to health, okay? Not to a certain extent, not spiritually at all, but wealth of this world and everything else like that, to get rid of all this unrighteousness that is being pushed, all this rotten food and, poison that's being pushed inside the community and everything. Yeah, they can cease from all of that happening and give what is due to these people, but they don't. It says, but they had no comforter. So, man, we had no comforter at the end of the day, which is the Holy Spirit, man. All right, that the Lord will give to us and bring us back into remembrance, all right, and bring us back to health, ultimately, okay? Heal us of our body and our afflictions in which we are, consumed with, of being inside these curses, all right, these sores and these wounds. But, man, we are coming back into who we are because the Lord has breathed into the remnant of the house of Israel. And so they understanding what's going on, and they're out on the highways and byways giving that understanding to the house of Israel, going out to feed the sheep and seal the elect, ultimately, man, with this good news, this gospel, these good tidings. All right, that this is not the end all. This world in which we're in is not the end all be all. This is not our kingdom. Our kingdom come, the Lord's will is going to be done on earth as it is in heaven. So our kingdom is coming to earth. So we are to be kingdom minded, okay? And that's operating inside this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and keeping the laws to the best of our ability. And understanding that, man, through much tribulation, we're going to enter into the kingdom. So, man, we're taking everything that's happening here. All right? We continuing to toil, continue to persevere, all the way through this thing. But this is Baruch 2:32. I'm going to start at 29. It says, if ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations. These are the Israelites that are being turned to a small number amongst the nations, which goes into the remnant. It says, well, I will scatter them, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. All right, but in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, in which we're doing, man. All right, we're praising the Lord by doing the work, by singing these, the high praises of these scriptures, right? Lifting up a banner, okay, which is this word. It says, and return from the stick neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way. All right, and return from their stick neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, man, the old paths, which sinned before the Lord. When they didn't keep the old paths, they went astray from the law, statutes, commandments. And it says, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. and I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land I have given them. Okay, so man, this is the last oppression, the last captivity in which we're going to be in, as the scriptures talks about. Because right now, in the land of our captivity, we are praising the Lord. We are remembering ourselves and getting ourselves right and clean. And so the Lord is turning back to us, and He's going to destroy the enemies of the house of Israel, man. So we're waiting on the Lord, all right, by doing what we're told to do and understanding that, man, we are here in this low condition because we did not keep the law, statutes, commandments. But the Lord is coming back to deliver us and destroy this place in which we're in. And once He's delivered us and put us in the right land, okay, and man, the Lord said, man, He's never going to take us out of that land again, all right, because He's going to put His law, statutes, commandments in our heart, and that's that entering into the new covenant, okay, that is promised only to the house of Israel. So, just want to do a lesson going into, how, the real Israelites, once again, are going to be leaning on these scriptures. They're going to they're going to have the understanding of what's happening. Okay. The secrets are with, and the mysteries are with the servants of the Lord. Okay. And not these individuals that are not, but perfectly just edifying to the body. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and ruling will. Peace and blessings to the Akion, putting on as the elect. Shalom.